Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In the previous video, I tried to discuss about Redux fundamental and completed one project counter application. In this video, I will try to discuss about how to view data from the JSON server. Here, I already created one project CRUD application. Now, here first, and I already run the React server. Now, here first modify the folder. Delete these 4 files. I don't need these things, and after that go to index.js, remove this thing, remove this line also, save it, and go to app.js, remove all the things, write down ARAC, save it, okay, server running properly. Now I want to in Redux React server running 3000 port, but I want to uh, change the port number. So first we need to go to the um, package.json. After that, here write set port. Port should be capital letter equal to 3001 and this. Now save it. Now close the server and run it again. And in the content here, I use React Bootstrap. So go to the React Bootstrap documentation. Go to Get Started button and copy this line. After that, open the terminal. Here you see. Now React server is running port number 3001. Now paste this thing and go to again Bootstrap documentation and copy this line here also and insert it into the index.js. We can insert it also app.js. Import these things here. Now here create folder. First is components. Into the components folder, create one file home.js. After creating the home.js, here write RAFC, save it, input it here. Yeah. Now here create another folder folder name is Redux. Into the Redux folder, create actions folder. After that, reducer folder, reducers folder, and after that, store create store.js file. And into the actions, here create actions.js. First, another is action type.js. Into the reducer folder, here create first reducer.js, and another thing is root reducer.js. Okay, now create a folder into the search. Folder name is API, and into the API create one file access request.js. Now here first import Redux and React Redux. Now import again Redux func. Now install Axios. Now go to the JSON server.js. Sorry, JSON server come here. Now copy this line and install JSON server. After installing JSON server, here create another folder at the top, db. Into the db, create db.json. db.json. I already created some dummy data. Copy this thing and paste it here or save it. Okay. Now need to go to the db folder. After that, run this command: JSON server watch db.json. Here, JSON server is running port number 3000. That's why we change the React port number. Okay, it's working perfect properly. Now now go to the axios request.js file. First, what is Axios? Axios is a popular JavaScript library that allow us to make HTTP requests from the JavaScript application. It simplifies the process of sending asynchronous HTTP requests and handling response from APIs on other servers. Axios can be used in both browser and Node.js environments and support all more browsers. It has a simple and intuitive API, which makes it easier to use and understand. We need Axios because it provides convenient way to handle HTTP requests and response in our application. It supports features like request and response interception, automatic transformation of data, cancellation of requests, and many more. If I summarize all the things, Axios is a powerful tool for making HTTP requests and handling response in JavaScript application. And it can significantly simplify the process of working with APIs and other servers. Again, I repeat this thing. Axios is a powerful tool for making HTTP requests and handling response in JavaScript application. And it can significantly simplify the process of working with APIs and other servers. Now, in the Axios request.js, here first import the Axios. After importing Axios, right here, export async function Axios request to pass the Axios request. We need URL, method, headers, and params. Return params. If params Axios should be URL equal to clone URL method equal to clone method data should be params and timeout should be 1000 and else else Axios URL clone URL method headers headers data sorry data should be empty. Now next timeout is 1000. Now here write constant get API data to get the API details, get the API details, arrow function. Into the arrow function, first declare the header, create one variable header, and right here content type content type content type application slash JSON, and here write return the above. I write Axios request, copy these things and write here return Axios request, paste it here Axios request, and go to the browser. Here copy these things and paste it here, comma, get, method should be get, and after that headers, and second get. After that here export default get API details, save it. Here I already told these things. Axios is a popular JavaScript library that allow us to make HTTP requests from the JavaScript application. It simplifies the process of sending asynchronous HTTP requests from handling response from the APIs or other server. That's why we use here async. Now go to the action type. In the action type, here write export constant get details. Get details equal to send get details. Save it. Now go to the action.js. Right here return function. To the function write dispatch return get API details and dot then response. To the response right here dispatch type should be get details and payload response dot data and put it here. Now save it. Now go to the reducer. First go to the reducer.js and import get details here. Now here constant get one variable initial state initial state equal to here in the db.json write details, copy this thing and into the reducer here write details clone empty and now write constant reducer equal to state should be initial state equal to initial state comma action and quiz action.type is case equal to get is return equal in bracket detail should be action dot payload now comma after that default return set export default reducer save it. Now go to the root reducer.js. In the root reducer.js, right here constant root reducer equal to combined reducer reducer clone reducer and comma next export default root reducer. Now save it. Now go to the store.js. To the store.js, right here first constant store equal to create store into the create store right here root reducer comma now right here compose enhancer into the compose enhancer here create one variable compose enhancer and right here window dot redux tool compose set compose and into the compose enhancers right here apply middleware and into the apply middleware right here thunk. We already installed Redux thunk. Now save it and now here export default store. Now go to the index.js. Into the index.js right here provider. Into the provider here write store equal to third bracket into the third bracket write the store. Okay, check. Now go to the browser, check if it's running properly or not. Yes, it's running properly. Now, okay, reducer came here. Now go to the home.js, to the component folder home.js, to the home.js. Right here, first write React Redux. Now next is class name, click enter, and create one div here. Class name should be container. Into the container, write down table into all the table here. Import table on React Bootstrap. Save it, and into the table write equal to column, and right here head, into the head first write tr, and here write id. Go to the db.json and check id, name, email, and phone. Come here and write id, head, name, email, and last is phone. Save it, and after the head, right here, t body into the t body. Oh, first here write constant space equal to use space, and after that constant response data equal to use selector. Into the use selector, right here state dot reducer dot here in the root reducer dot base here We take one variable reducer. We create one variable reducer, write down this reducer here, and after that details, and write use effect. Into the use effect, right here dispatch. Into the dispatch, right here actions, actions, and here write dispatch. And now in the T-body, into the T-body, right here this first is the response data here, and write down here response data dot map. Into the map, right here data comma index. Into after that write return T should be index, and cd data dot id, save it, this here id comes properly. Now after that cd data dot name, data dot email, data dot phone, save it. All the data comes here. Now okay, now okay, and now I summarize all the things again. First, close all the things. First, create the project. Next, run the project, and we need to install some packages like React Bootstrap, React Redux, Redux Funk, and we need to change the port also. Set port equal to 3001. Change the port. After that, install the JSON server, and after that create here one db folder. Into the db folder, create db.json file. Into the JSON file, write down some dummy data, and go to the command line, and into the command line run the JSON server washdb.json. After that, create here one API folder, one component folder, and one Redux folder. Into the Redux folder, create actions folder, reducer folder, and store.js file. First, go to the action type .js. Into the action type .js file. Here, one action only I created get detail, and after that go to the actions.js. Into the action.js, we call the get API details here. Get API details comes from into the API excuse request.js. We already told that why use excuse. So here get API details variable comes from here. After that, go to the reducer. Into the reducer folder, here first create one initial state and here write switch case function, switch case statement, and into the switch case statement right here call the get details. Get details comes from action type .js file, and after that go to the reducer root reducer. Here create one reducer and call this reducer.js, and after that go to the store. Here this line is used for when we go to the browser. That time we inspect it and come here Redux. If we don't add this line, that time we don't see this thing. So we added this line, and here we also write root reducer. Root reducer comes from reducer, and compositor we created here one variable compositor, and into the compositor we write apply middleware. Into the apply middleware we write down thunk. After that go to the index.js, and into the index.js we write provider. Into the provider we write here store and call the store.js, and at last go to the home.js file. Into the components folder, the home.js file, and create one table and you retrieve the data from the JSON server. Okay, I think it is clear to you all. Okay, that's all for today. Please leave a like and subscribe my channel. Thank you. See you in the next video.